So somebody posted on Twitter a picture of this woman. Mind you, I thought this woman was Billie Eilish. I'm not even joking. I'm not even trying to be funny, right? They posted a picture of this woman talking about, oh yeah, the fact that she's the first black woman to be an official Avenger is so cool to me. Huh? Like, like what? Right? So then an African woman responded and she was like, I must be blind because I don't see a black woman, right? So then a black American replied to her and was like, oh, here come Africans showing their inferiority complex, so and so and so. And like, what? I'm still lost. What are we talking about here? We talking about, huh? Like, as a black American woman, I have to speak on this because there is quite clearly and quite obviously a whitening of the black American woman's image. Quite clearly, right? Y'all just posted a whole white woman talking about, yeah, the first black woman to be an Avenger. And then when an African woman said, yeah, my eyes must be deceiving me because I don't see a black woman, you replied to her talking about, oh yeah, Africa showing their insecurity. Insecurity over what, right? But what this person is not saying, right? What this person is not saying is that they believe that black Americans have a more diverse phenotype than Africans, right? And when they say that, they mean that our phenotype is whiter than Africans. So this person is literally saying to this African woman, oh, you're jealous of this white woman because she's white and you ain't, basically. And they're going to pretend that she's a black American woman and that her phenotype is the diversity of black American phenotypes and pretend that they're being pro-ethnic, like just having ethnic boundaries and stuff. But that's not actually what this is about. This reminds me of how y'all used to stay accusing me of secretly being African. And y'all was serious with that. No, like y'all wasn't like, oh, Flower Tower, are you African? Oh, Flower Tower, are your parents from so-and-so? No, y'all were seriously trying to clock my tea about that. Y'all were in my comments, where your parents from? Oh, what's your lineage? Oh, you secretly an immigrant tether. You ashamed of who you actually are, so-and-so and so. And I'm confused because y'all constantly look me up trying to find my personal information, like constantly, right? And nobody ever found any proof of me being African, but you all kept accusing me of it anyway because you all think that black American women are supposed to look like this woman, this Avenger white woman, right? Instead of like me. And there's, again, a very serious whitening of the black American woman's phenotype occurring. It's one thing to have ethnic pride. I'm 100% in support of that. Like, delineation needs to happen yesterday, not today, buddy. Like, post haste, okay? Because Africans and Caribbeans have a tendency of having a cake and eating it too, right? So they'll come to the United States and use up all of black Americans' resources under the umbrella of, oh, we're all black, right? But then they'll turn around and they'll also have immigrants' resources and resources for Africans and Caribbeans and so and so and so. Like, look at any college near you, right? There's going to be a black student union that's supposed to be for black Americans, right? But it's going to be full of Africans and Caribbeans doing stuff for them, right? But then there's also going to be a separate African student union and Caribbean student union. And they're going to be doing stuff just for them as well, right? Like, example, because y'all about to be like, oh, you making that up. Look up the University of Michigan. There's a black student union, right? Then there's an African student union, a Caribbean student union, an East African student union, and a North African student union, right? And this is the thing. You would think in the black student union, okay, that would be us black Americans doing our thing. But no, it's full of a bunch of Africans and Caribbeans. Half of our newsletter is about their events and stuff, right? But then they don't ever mention us in their stuff. And that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Just imagine these people are applying to scholarships and stuff that are supposed to be for us. And then they also get to apply to scholarships that are for them. Oh, immigrant this and so and whatever, right? So again, I'm all in favor of having ethnic boundaries and delineating and all of that, right? But something that I've noticed is that some of you all are pretending that's what you're about, right? Some of you all are pretending you're about ethnic boundaries, but you're actually just being colorist and featurist and hair texturist to Africans. Of all the things this man could have said to this African woman, he said she had an inferiority complex in response to her saying that this clearly white woman is not black. Of all the things, he accused her of having an inferiority complex. I'm confused. If I look at Miley Cyrus and say, oh, yeah, that's clearly a white woman, not an Asian woman, would you accuse me of having an inferiority complex? And if you would, why? Because that does not make any sense. Like, what? Of all the things he could have said, that's what he chose. Because again, this is not actually about putting up any ethnic boundaries or anything. It's just a different face of colorism, hair texturism, featureism, so and so and so. And then when I call y'all out about this, right? When I say, well, you just being colorist and blah, blah, blah towards Africans and things like that affect me too as a Black American, right? Y'all be like, oh, stay on code. I think this is the conversation where I replied to him and was like, yeah, like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, stay on code. Stay on code for what? Why you sitting here being colorist to a Black African as if you don't be colorist to me too? And that's what I be confused about, because anytime I call this shit out, y'all be like, oh, colorism, it ain't no colorism in America. You must secretly be African. Bitch, are you fucking stupid? Like, are you fucking dumb? And that was the other thing when y'all was accusing me of being African. Y'all was like, oh, you talking about colorism? Yeah, you must secretly be African. They be bleaching and stuff. Black Americans not colorists. Bitch, are you fucking dumb? Like, what? I'm confused because, like, bitch, you know that I'm a Black American, right? That I grew up in America. There's no fucking way that you sitting here saying that colorism doesn't exist in the Black American community and that it only exists with Africans. Like, there's no fucking way that you're actually saying that. Like, what? It may or may not have been this conversation. I can't remember, right? But whether it was or wasn't, it pretty much followed the same script, right? Somebody said that some white person or mixed up looking person was Black American, and African was like, that person's not even Black. And then a Black American was like, oh, this is our diversity. Technically, Black Americans is white, so and so and so. You just jealous, whatever. And I replied, I was like, well, I'm Black American too, and I agree with the Africans. And this person said to me, stay on code. I said, stay on code, bitch. Are you fucking stupid? Why would I stay on code with you when you're fucking wrong, bitch? Like, I'm not about to blindly follow shit. I don't give a fuck if we the same ethnicity, the same gender, the same race, what the fuck ever, bitch. Kiss my ass, right? And then this is my other thing. As soon as you get done being colorist to the Africans, guess who you're gonna be colorist to next, bitch? Me, duh. Like, duh, right? And in fact, I called y'all out about this on YouTube before. There is a content creator on YouTube, and she claims she's Black American, but I mean, based off her description of herself, she's quite clearly multi-generationally mixed, but whatever, right? But this is my thing. To my knowledge, she's never been featurist or colorist or anything, but to be fair, I didn't watch a whole lot of her videos because her shit was way too long. Like, hours and hours long. I don't have the time, the patience, or nothing to be like sitting down and dedicating that much time to a YouTube video, okay? But again, my point is, like, to my knowledge, I don't think she's ever been colorist, hair texturist, featurist, none of that stuff, right? But her subscribers, y'all should have seen the comments, right? And this is the thing. A lot of the people subscribed to her were also subscribed to me, right? And they would also comment under my videos. And it was such a shocking difference in the comments that they would leave under my videos versus her videos, right? So when I would post a video talking about delineating from Africans and so and so and so, you know, they'd say one thing under my video, right? But then when she would post a video talking about delineating from Africans and so and so and so, they would be like, oh yeah, them black, crispy, burnt up Africans, they jealous of us because we light skinned and so and so. I was like, what the fuck? Like, when I saw the same people who were under my channel and didn't comment like that under my videos, under hers commenting like that, I was like, oh my God. But my point is this though. Y'all would come under my channel and pretend to be all buddy and everything good in the hood. Because I'm dark skinned and I have a wide nose and big lips and kinky hair, right? But then y'all would go up under somebody else's channel and be like, yeah, them nappy-headed Africans with them big, wide nigga nose breathing up all the Black American hair, them big lip baboon ass, spear-chucking Africans, so-and-so, them black, crispy, burnt bitches. And I was like, y'all realize that everything like you're saying about Africans actually applies to me and most other Black Americans as well, because something y'all don't like to admit is that I am the standard of Black Americanism. Most Black Americans look like me, right? Y'all like to get on the internet and pretend that Black Americanism is so diverse in phenotype, but if you go into a school in Detroit, right, in a classroom of 30 kids, about 27 of them, honestly, probably 28 are gonna be brown or dark skinned. You probably gonna have one light skinned kid and one mixed kid, right? Somebody who actually has two parents of different races, right? The vast, overwhelming majority of the kids look like me. Nah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't say nothing about Africans. I'll tell you right now, Africans are full of shit. And I call them out on that all the time because they tribalist as hell. They don't even like each other. They don't like Africans from the same country as them because they're different tribes. They don't like other Africans from different countries, etc., etc., etc. So are we really surprised that they act the way that they act towards Black Americans? Honestly, I'm not, right? So I'm not saying that you can't say anything negative about Africans. By all means, drag them bitches because they be needing to be dragged, right? But the shit that y'all be saying about Africans is very rarely a valid critique, right? Usually it's just you being colorist and racist and hair featurist under the guise of pretending that you're being pro Black American and pro our ethnicity, right? But this is the thing. The only pro Black American that y'all are is a bunch of fucking white people that y'all are just calling Black Americans. So you'll post a literal fucking white bitch, right? And talk about, oh yeah, this is the diversity of the Black American phenotype, so and so and so, right? But then you see an actual, like, you see an actual Black person, Black American, African, whatever, right? And you ain't got shit positive to say about them. You accusing them of being jealous of the white bitch you posted pretending to be Black American and all this other shit, right? So can we just call a spade here? Side note, do y'all remember my Afrobeats album? Hold up. I'm in the village eating fufu and I smell like doo-doo. I got a bucket on my head and I'm going to be watering well. Back way, ha. Back way, oh. The lions in the jungle, they are sleeping tight at night. Then we wake up and we have our little tribal fights. Back way, ha. Back way, oh. That was my number one hit, Ubegwe, but I really had some bops on that bitch. Hold up. In the village, the fufu village, the tribesmen sleep at night. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I used to be on here cooking the fuck out of Africans. And honestly, they be deserving it because Africans say some very mean, nasty stuff. It's not even, like poking little fun, oh, the fufu village, whatever. No, they'll say some hateful ass shit like, yeah, your ancestors got raped by white people. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, actually, so in no way am I saying that Africans are above any reproach or anything like that. That is in no way what I am saying. But what I'm saying is, can y'all stop pretending that y'all are being pro-Black American, right? When really y'all are just being anti-dark skin, anti-kinky hair, anti-Black, period. That's really what it's actually about. Because how can you post a picture of a white bitch talking about she's Black, right? And then when a Black African says, yeah, I don't see any Blackness in her, y'all talk about, oh, your inferiority complex. Inferior over what? This is just like how whenever I get into an argument with a biracial woman, the first thing she says is, oh, you're so jealous. Jealous of what, bitch? Oh, of your proximity to whiteness. That's what you're not saying. That's what this is actually about.